You might think that airports are safe, but that's what the scammers want you to think. Airport scams trick travelers like you every single day, and if you want to avoid falling prey, you gotta know what to look out for. These are downright sneaky, so watch to the end. Imagine you're waiting to board your flight when you realize your phone's about to die. Frick! Luckily, you spot a charging station nearby, so you just plug it in for a quick charge. Big mistake. Turns out that hackers can tamper with these USB stations and make it so when you connect, it loads your phone with malware. There's actually a name for this scam called juice jacking. That said, even though the FCC had released a warning about this, it doesn't seem like in reality there's actually that many reported cases. Still, the stakes are pretty high. If it does happen to you, hackers will be able to steal your passwords, control your phone, know your location, and all sorts of dangerous stuff. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Perhaps even more dangerous than a tampered charging station is a tampered charging cable, which hackers can buy online easily for less than $200. And it's much easier to just leave a hacked charging cable around the charging station than to tamper with the charging station itself. The good news is you don't have to worry about any of this if you just pack your own power bank and charging cable. You can also just get one of those cheap USB condom protector thingies on Amazon and just plug it into the outlet before you hook into your cable. This will block any data or viruses from passing through. Next is the evil twin scam, which is a remix of a super old scam, but with a clever new twist. Imagine sitting at your gate bored like I am right now, so you decide to quick connect to the free airport Wi-Fi so you can tell your mom you love her before your flight. And be honest, if you've ever connected to airport Wi-Fi, raise your hand and then click the like button because this tip is about to save your butt. Okay, so after making mom happy, you board your flight and you put your phone in airplane mode. But wait, right when you do that, you realize that your phone just reconnected to that free airport Wi-Fi that you were connected to earlier. That's a little strange. Maybe the airport Wi-Fi is reaching out to where you are in the plane? Whatever. So you log back into the Wi-Fi using your social media or email info. And just like that, the scammers got your sensitive information and can now practically steal your identity. See, the scammer is carrying around a small portable Wi-Fi hotspot, and he named his hotspot exactly the same name as the free airport Wi-Fi. And most phones connect to known networks that you've connected to before automatically by default. So when you turn on airplane mode, it automatically connects to the imposter Wi-Fi. Then you send them your data and it's game over. The best prevention is to delete these saved Wi-Fi networks in places where this is most likely to happen, like airports or malls or coffee shops. Or if that sounds like a hassle, you can just protect yourself by using a VPN. I'll link to the one that I use that's 87% off in case you need one. The next airport scam is when you try to buy a SIM card in the airport, but they sneakily sign you up for a monthly recurring plan instead of just a one-time plan. This happened to myself and some people who commented on my videos, and in the end we ended up having to cancel our credit cards because there's no way to stop these charges. That's why now I only use travel eSIMs like Olafly, the sponsor of today's video. By using travel eSIMs, I can set up an international data plan on my phone in like 5 minutes all by myself before I even leave on my trip. That means when my plane lands, I just turn off airplane mode, switch on the eSIM line, and I'm instantly connected. No need to hunt down a shop to sell me a SIM card, hoping that they don't use the language barrier to scam me. Olafly is available in over 210 destinations and has features like hotspot capabilities in over 190 of those destinations, customizable day plans, and unlimited data. That means I never have to worry about running out no matter where I'm traveling. To set one up yourself, first you need to make sure your phone is eSIM compatible using the compatibility link that I'll link down in the description. Once you verify that it's compatible, search for your destination, choose your plane length, and use the discount code Project Untethered at checkout to save some money. Then you'll receive an email in less than 1 minute with some detailed step-by-step instructions on how to set up. If you have a trip coming up, you can get your Olafly eSIM with a discount now using the discount link, and then just wait until the day of your trip to activate it. Easy peasy. Okay, so I just got in trouble for recording in the airport for some weird reason, and so I moved to a more incognito place in the middle of the food court. And you can see my setup right here, so hopefully I can finish this video. So it's also possible to fall for an airport scam before you even get to the airport. You might get an email from the airline right after booking your flight saying that there was a problem with your payment information, or an email saying that your flight was canceled and that you need to click to rebook. I mean, things like this could be legit and you obviously don't want to completely ignore it in case it really is real, but it's also very likely a scam. Whatever you do, don't click on any links or call any phone numbers that are within the email. Instead, go directly to the airline's official website to check your flight status. A similar scam has been on the rise with TSA pre-check scam emails, and I talk about that in this video. If you're ever in doubt, just call the airline directly and ask. But even when you do that, you need to be careful for a different scam, which we'll cover in a second. When you're at the airport, you also want to be careful who you help. I had a friend once who was walking around the airport when an innocent-looking lady came up to her all frazzled, asking if she knew where the airport bathrooms were. And trying to be a good person, my friend turned around to help look to see if there's any bathroom signs. In that split second, the frazzled lady's accomplice strolled by and snatched my friend's wallet, which had her passport in it that she had mindlessly set on her suitcase when she was trying to help. And by the time she realized her things were missing, it was too late. This is just one of many reasons why I recommend having a home pocket for your passport and important travel docs instead of carrying everything around in your hand. People lose their passports every day in airports by themselves, even when no pickpocketers are involved. I had one person comment who works in an airport, and he said you wouldn't believe how many people lose their passports because they set them in a bathroom stall or when they're sitting down at their gate and then they leave it behind. I like to either use a fanny pack or my favorite Scotty vest that has over 20 different pockets to help you stay organized in the airport, and one that's perfect for your passport. Okay, I found a new hiding spot. If you're worried about getting charged huge fees if your luggage doesn't fit in the luggage bins, you're not alone. And it turns out even if it does end up fitting, you still might end up paying. An example of this went viral on TikTok. EasyJet tried to charge this guy $62 for a carry-on because his personal item fit into the sizing bin, but it wouldn't free fall into the bin. The good news is this guy was smart and started recording the situation on his phone. The airline said they'd refund the carry-on fee if he deleted the footage, but he refused, and then they threatened to cancel his boarding pass if he didn't delete it. He was forced to comply, but luckily he was able to recover some of the footage. I'm guessing that it was still in his recently deleted folder. And after the video went viral on TikTok, the airline reached out to him apologizing and saying they would investigate the situation. But what about all the other people that this happens to that don't post viral videos? And if that weren't bad enough, other travelers are reporting that some budget airlines have different sizing and weight requirements for the outgoing and the return flights. So it might fit and be under the limits on the way out, but then everyone gets smacked with the fee on the way back. This one hasn't happened to me yet, but it's worth paying special attention to the requirements when you buy your ticket and maybe even taking some screenshots. By the way, if you want more travel tips videos like these, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. You also need to be extra careful if you ever need to call the airline. Let's say you need to cancel your flight or change your dates. You Google American Airlines customer service number or whatever airline you're flying, and a big number pops up at the top of the search results. You call and the customer service rep helps you book or change the dates of your flight, usually charging you some sort of fee using the credit card information that you give them. The problem is this person doesn't work for the airlines at all. That's because scammers tricked Google and other search engines into showing the fake number at the top of the search results, and so when you call, you're talking to a scammer. So not only do they now have your credit card information, but they also probably didn't book or cancel or change your flight, so when you arrive to the airport, you're in for an unpleasant surprise. And the worst part is that some airlines make it really hard to find the actual phone number on their website, and so you're more likely to use these numbers that you find in Google. By the way, if you want a cheat sheet of all these scams listed together, I'll link a free download in the description. This next scam happened to my friend in this very airport, so comment if you can guess which one it is. She booked a shuttle to pick her up from the airport, but she couldn't figure out where the pickup spot was, so she asked an airline worker in a green vest where it was. The worker said she was at the wrong terminal and walked her to a taxi. Then both the driver and the worker said that the taxi could drive her to the right terminal for just 400 pesos. If you just landed here and haven't figured out the exchange rate yet, you wouldn't know that that's $20 for something that should be free. Long story short, she realized that the shuttle stopped at every single terminal and there was no reason to take a taxi. And the worker wasn't a real worker at all. It was just someone dressed up as a worker to try to trick people so they could get a cut from the taxi driver. It's funny because now that I'm at this airport, I hear them doing announcements over the intercom all the time saying that transfers to the other terminals is free. And if you survive the airport without getting scammed, you're not out of the woods yet. There are some other insanely cunning travel scams that you should be aware of once you actually get into your destination, and I cover those in this video. Even the most experienced travelers fall for these, and the best way to protect yourself is to know what to look out for. All right guys, like, subscribe, and do the things. Love you, bye-bye.